So this one we're sort of looking at applying our 3 axes of space to an object. So drawing simple objects, just pick something that will use a construction box using the 3 axes of space. So remembering the 3 axes of space, what I said before about having to draw it, it's got to basically look like that. In other words, not too narrow and not too wide. So what we're looking at, I'm going to draw my 3 axes of space. So this particular object I'm going to draw below the horizon line, and I'm just going to create a basic perspective box to draw a semi-complex object. So when we look at our perspective box, if we look at it now, my vanishing point is right outside here, right outside my page. The same thing this way, but note that all lines still must slightly converge in. So we don't want a box that's got parallel lines. And the same thing with the vertical lines. Note that to make sure that the vertical lines look vertical, it's always best to have them converge slightly in, as if there's a vanishing point right down the bottom of the page here. So now what we're going to do is use our see-through box. I'll just make it see-through to create a semi-complex object. So in this case, this object, I'm just going to cut a section out of it. So I'm just going to make like an L. So in this case, vertical line, and to find out exactly, I'm going to cut it in the middle. So I'm going to find the middle of my box using the diagonals. So I'm going to cut it there. Vertical line. Now that vertical line has to vanish back that way. So there's my little section that I'm going to cut out of the box. And also it shows that I've got to vanish these lines across. So just move it out of the way. Vanishing back. Vanishing back. So in this case it reckons that I can see just a tiny bit of this part here. But the next part is to work out, well, what do I see over the other side? So the same thing occurs, and because we're making this see-through, there's the back of my L, upside down L. So same vertical line, so there is the same vertical line, and it vanishes back, so I've got to do the same thing that way. There's the L, can't see it, much of it really, so therefore I can still see this edge, this line here. I can't see that, but I can see the bottom of it. Alright, so what I'm saying is I can see a tiny bit of that, a tiny bit of that. Now just lining it in so it's a little bit, and we'll do a little bit of line weight here, so flicking the pencil to give it a bit more highlight. So already we have an object drawn using the 3 axes of space that I've proven that I can see that much, and the rest of it inside here I can't see it, using my perspective box. So we could, if you wanted to, a little bit sharper, get a ruler there, do a couple of little flicks just to make it, to sharpen it up a little bit. It's not against the rules to use a ruler, but we're trying to do things such that you would do it as if you didn't have any other drawing instruments other than a pencil. So there's my basic perspective box. Do the same thing, give it a go.